If blacks are supporting Democratic Party, is it wrong to do that? There's more questions. When blacks are supporting Democrats, I think they are in the right way. Why? In the 1860s, Abraham Lincoln and those who fought the conservatives were not conservatives. Abraham Lincoln and all those that followed him were progressive, were liberals, libertarians, and all other groups in the Republican Party. At that time, the Republican Party represents America, because America is a pluralistic society. And as a pluralistic society, a party that has a lot of group interests within it is the one that represents the society. So the Republican Party that liberated the black people or African Americans and also look into minority interests in America between 1860 and 1912 were progressives, were liberals. They were not conservatives. But why is it that today the blacks are supporting the party that did not have their interests at stake? We all know Democrats from Andrew Jackson's time to 1912 were conservatives. But in 1912, there was an exchange of political ideology. Conservatism moved into the Republican Party. Progressivism and liberalism all moved into the Democratic Party. Some were even socialists. Some are libertarians. Some in the Democratic Party are conservatives. So the Democratic Party became a party that embraced the plurality of America. America is a pluralistic society, and any party that embraces so many ideological positions is a true representation of America. Because of that, if the blacks and other minorities are supporting the Democratic Party, they are supporting their group interests. The group that liberated them, the group that take care of their interests, are no longer in the Republican Party, but they are in the Democratic Party. And that's why they give 90% allegiance to the Democratic Party. Is it wrong? No. This is not about the parties. It's about the interests of the society. Anyone that takes care of the poor, anyone that takes care of the people, anyone that takes care of America as a whole is what they are looking for. So the blacks support progressives. They support liberalism. They support elements of liberal conservatives and sometimes even socialists. To some extent, there could be some communists even in the party. But because it's an all-group interest coming together into the Democratic Party, the blacks are supporting the real people that liberated them in 1860. So they are not on the wrong side. They are on the right side by supporting progressives. Because progressives are always at their back, whether they are in the Republican Party or they are in the Democratic Party, they are always there for them. And therefore, they don't want to turn their back to them. Because if they do, which means they are embracing the group who do not care about them. Therefore, blacks supporting Democrat Party is real. It's very realistic. Support the group. You support the idea that liberates you, the idea that gives you what you want, not idea that will throw you out. So they are supporting the right group as at this time. Is American Confederacy hate or heritage? Is it really hate or heritage? When some people take Confederacy, they always say, oh, that is about slavery. Some others also see Confederacy as a way of superiority. That is crazy. Confederalism or Confederacy has nothing to do with slavery, had nothing to do with black people as a whole. Why am I saying this? Confederacy is a system of government. There are only three systems of government in the world: unitary, confederate, and federal. Because of this, the Iroquois Indians have practiced Confederacy. America, as a young nation after the independence, saw that the Iroquois Confederacy will be a system of government that will help the states to come together in a union. Why did they want that? Americans at that time looked at the unitary system as a way of ruling the people tyrannically. So to prevent tyrannical rule, they wanted a government that can be limited. And Confederacy is a limited government. It put limitation on the government. It made the central government a little more weaker as a union. It made the state governors more stronger. So the central government is at the mercy of the state governors. Within the era of Confederacy in America between 1781 to 1788, the Constitution of the United States were the Articles of Confederation. That was the first Constitution of America. The Articles of Confederation. And the first system of government was Confederacy. It was through the experience of Confederacy that the Constitutional Convention was called. It was called to strengthen the Confederacy. Also, some leaders went to prevent strong central government. And out of that, they came out with a new constitution altogether, which is the federal system of government, which made the central government a little more stronger than the Confederacy. So therefore, Confederacy here is a heritage to America. Historians don't want to talk about this to the children in high school. But in the books, it is well written. In government books, in history books, they are well written that Confederacy was the first system of America. And therefore, the Articles of Confederation were the first Constitution of America. The second system of America is federalism. And the second Constitution is the Federal Constitution. Having said this, Confederacy, therefore, is a heritage. And it should not be hatred. But at what point did Confederacy become bad to Americans? That was during the Civil War. Why did the Southerners decide to take Confederacy? They want Confederacy because it's a loose association of union. Therefore, if a state doesn't like what is in the union, that state can break away. That state can secede without any consequence from anyone. But in the federal system, you cannot secede. If you want to break away, there is a consequence, and that will lead to civil war. So the Southerners saw that it will be easy for them to adopt Confederacy rather than a federal, so that they can justify their break from the Union. So at this point, if somebody is raising a flag of the Southern Confederacy, he or she is raising a war flag, not the original Confederacy of America. And so Confederacy should not be related to black people. It's a system of government. It's not a system of black people. But because the Southerners wanted to maintain slavery as a mode of production, they want Confederacy to do that. It doesn't mean that the Confederacy is related to black people. It's not. So people should stop using Confederacy to say, oh, that's about slavery, that's about black people. People should stop using Confederacy to look superior and to look at other people as inferior. That is a wrong mentality. That's wrong education. Wrong education. That's miseducation. Confederacy is a system of government. And our American experience in the first Confederation moved into the federalism and make the society better. And so Confederacy, as our first system of government, is not what entails today as we relate Confederacy to black people. That's not true. Confederacy is not black people. Confederacy has nothing to do with black people. The Southerners want to adopt it just because they want a loose association of union, so they can break away and do whatever they want. That's all about it. So people should stop using Confederacy to develop superiority feelings and inferiority feelings. It's a heritage at this point. Historians and political scientists should teach this to the children in the high school so that it will not develop any hatred. Europeans have been fighting all the time, 100 years war, 30 years war, 10 years war, 5 years war, but they still come together. Today we have European Union. How can that be? They have forgotten the past and have come together. So if America have come together, let them also forget the bitterness of the past and don't relate system to a group. A system is a system. Do we mean Russian Confederacy, as they have it today, relates to inferiority or superiority? No, it's not like that. Therefore, Confederacy in America should be a heritage and not hatred.